So 2 quarters down, 2 more to go. 60 minutes remaining of normal time in this abnormal international club friendly. Alongside Eric Krakauer, I'm Andres Cordero. A 4-0 lead for Paris Saint-Germain, courtesy of Vukotic's own goal, followed by the penalty converted by Neymar. Penalty laid off by Icardi, and that shot from the youngster Kalimuendo is saved. And changes all around. That's Brent Gabriel in goal now, who makes the stop for Waasland Beveren. Also changes for both sides. And it was to be expected. Eric Thomas Tuchel confirming that he wanted his starters to get about 60 minutes in this match. Well, 60 minutes gone.
Yep. And how do you feel if you're Kurzawa coming in for the second 60 minutes? Of course, his departure a possibility.
Presnel Kimpembe is wearing the captain's armband now, inheriting it from Thiago Silva. Choupo-Moting was the man partnering Kalimuendo in attack. Played it through nicely. That's ends up blocked inside of the 18, and it will be a corner kick here for Paris. And some 5,000 fans allowed into the Parc des Princes for this one. There were 5,000 in Normandy for the friendly against Le Havre as well, where Paris were 9-0 winners. This is Kurzawa. Gets it back for Paredes here, Draxler. Draxler trying to curl that into the 18. Koita has stayed on for Waasland Beveren. He was the first substitution made by the visiting side and made a positive impression. Dagba. Kalimuendo with the back heel. Choupo-Moting between the lines. A nice turn by Choupo-Moting, and what a finish that is. Oh, that's the nicest of the 5 goals so far for Paris. Choupo-Moting, world-class strike from the substitute.
Well, you were asking whether Cavani is going to be missed in the first half. And when you see Choupo-Moting finish off a play with that sort of quality, twinkle toes here when he receives the ball to get away from 2 defenders, and the beautiful strike, left-footed strike into the corner. The player who was ridiculed a couple of seasons ago for missing a goal when the ball was on the line. Well, this is what he is able to deliver. He is a wonderful player, and I think he'll play a big part this coming season.
Well, I remember the goal you're talking about, Eric, and to say that he missed the goal is to understate it a bit. He seemed to actually clear it off the line rather than put it in. But that makes up for it. Didn't have a lot of space either. He was surrounded by yellow shirts as that pass came in to Choupo-Moting, and had a puzzle to solve, and he solved it brilliantly. Here's Paredes. Sarabia. Choupo-Moting. Sarabia continues his run. It's going back expertly now. Forest of legs, and out the other side for Draxler. Back to the 18, Choupo-Moting. Oh, how's that for an introduction into the game? 2 goals in quick succession, and suddenly it's 6-0 Paris.
Left, right, it doesn't matter. Has a little bit of luck involved in this one, as the ball takes a wicked bounce off of the turf. But it doesn't matter. He's wide open right at the top of the box when this cross comes in from Draxler. And he just spikes this one into the ground, and Gabriel, the goalkeeper, has absolutely no chance in the world of making this one. He is just praying that the bounce takes it over the bar. Welcome to the game. Eric Choupo-Moting.
That's one in the air by Kimpembe. Ander Herrera and Leandro Paredes now the midfield double pivot for Paris. Alan Dagba. Paredes collects from Korzova. Choupo-Moting forward. As well to keep it in now, Korzova. Paredes. Telegraphing the pass there, the Argentine. Heymans was the man who jumped in front of it. Nice work by Herrera. Sarabia in the 18 on his preferred left foot. Dagba. Pulled back. That just deflects off of his knee. Vukcevic, who ends up winning that battle.
Good effort from Vukcevic on the left side there to win that ball.
Here's Vukcevic. Short on options at the moment and working against Sarabia.
Different position now for Bizimana, who seems to be deeper. This is a third center back there.
Down with a bit of space here to deliver across into the 18. There were two targets to aim for. Heymans, who's won it back now at the edge of the area. Shot from distance will go harmlessly wide from Matthias Vereth.
We had Sergio Rico scrambling there. Wasn't sure whether that ball was going to be on target. Good work from Heymans, who's been involved in the build-up in the second half a couple of times.
Julian Draxler. Korzova. So reach out to get there. The cross took a minor deflection into the hands of Gabriel. Gabriel. It's a whistle that's going to go against Waasland Beveren. There's the receiving end of the foul here from Heymans.
He's not afraid to look for the ball, Heymans, is he? A new referee on the pitch. Everybody gets subbed off in this game.
Draxler. Well, Vereth to maintain possession, but Kobayashi unable to hold on. Paredes. That's deflected back somewhat dangerously by Vucevic, but gathered up by Gabriel. Dagba working hard to win it back flung into the 18 for Choupo-Moting, chested down and struck by Draxler. Got over the ball, and an easy grab for Gabriel in the end. Surprised Choupo-Moting on a third quarter hat trick, didn't have a goal himself.
Well, he's gotten his goals. Now he wants to turn supplier as well to chest it into the path of Draxler.
So here's the second half team for Paris. It's the same shape, 4-4-2 or 4-2-4 from the starting 11. Now with Sergio Rico in goal, a back four of Dagba, Mbesol, Kimpembe, and Kurzawa. Ander Herrera and Leandro Paredes, the two holding midfielders. Pablo Sarabia and Julian Draxler out wide, while Choupo-Moting and the 18-year-old Arnaud Kalimuendo, the two strikers. By the way, Waasland Beveren do have 11 players out on the pitch. They're allowed to return to the full 11 after that red card by Vukotic in the second half. I think it's in the interest of both parties, given that it is a friendly, to play 11 against 11.
Right decision. It would be very punishing to have them play another hour man down against PSG.
This is promising now. Squared back. Koita into the 18. Burst of acceleration, but into a crowd, and it trickles back off of him. Mbesol out for a corner kick.
Yeah, reluctant to pull the trigger when he had the opportunity. He wanted to take it further towards the 6. It's a good ball for Koita. First touch is a little bit too heavy, but still has time to pull the trigger. He knows that he's missed an opportunity. Tries to step on it. Good recovery from Kalin Dagba in the end. Rico almost betrayed by his own center back.
Second corner now for Waasland Beveren, and well, probably not what they had in mind.
No, that's something you don't want to see with errant cross from Jubilana. You have an opportunity to create some danger, to put these defenders under pressure. You send it out of play. Frustrating.
Paris will play out through Paredes. Draxler. Or if Ander Herrera go forward, he leans back instead on Paredes. Now Sarabia out wide. See the versatility of Sarabia. He can play as the right winger, left winger, wing back in either side, and can slot into a more central attacking midfield role. As he has done now, the ball in, and it's a lovely strike by Kalimuendo, denied by the woodwork. Took it as it came.
Well, this PSG 11 playing on a different gear than the starting team, who seem to be in cruise control, not really pushing themselves too much. A lovely take from Kalimuendo, attacking that near post.
Here's Vucevic. Vereth. Switch the near side, the cross blocked by Kurzawa. Draxler spotted the run, just not able to get it there.
Valtteri Moren is the player now who has replaced Albanese on the right, and you saw that he had plenty of time to deliver a better cross than the one he did.
Paredes finds Draxler, keeping their lines very compact at the moment. Waasland Beveren. They keep Paris in front of them, and it's Levin Kurzawa now. Herrera. Dagba. Choupo-Moting slots it across for Sarabia. And so compacted. Ball carriers have so much space in this area of the field for Paris. Now Korzova. Kimpembe. So not trying to force the issue. Paris, they're cautious in their passes, careful in their approach. Kimpembe. Korzova, Choupo-Moting made the run. Korzova not spotting him.
Doing well in a solid block now. Waasland Beveren. Closing down every passing lane.
Draxler has to change his line of approach, but he is able to get there. Now Sarabia, dummy through by Choupo-Moting. He expected to run. Now it's Ander Herrera in the area. Herrera parried. Kalimuendo trying to get there. And Waasland Beveren dodged the bullet.
Good save from Gabriel, because that was fizzed at him.
And Heymans, I should say, draws the foul. And wins a free kick for Waasland Beveren. It lets them catch their breath and maybe threaten here via set piece.
He's been very positive, and Korzova should really be seeing yellow for that. He was running into a blind alley, had no options ahead of him. But Korzova doesn't really have a chance of making this tackle. One, a painful one, could also lead to an injury. You were mentioning before the versatility in so many of these PSG players. Well, that is basically the kind of profile that Thomas Tuchel looks for in his players. Always looking to match up perfectly against the opposition, switching the formation.
I believe we saw Juan Bernat playing in defensive midfield under Thomas Tuchel. Be a case in point.
Yeah, he did with Bernat and Dani Alves what Pep Guardiola did with David Alaba and Philipp Lahm at Bayern Munich, where they start off as fullbacks but then pinch in as extra defensive mids. That because of the wingers pushing up so high. At that time at Bayern Munich, it was Ribéry and Robben. Well, here it's the freedom that he wants to give Neymar and Mbappe to go wherever they wish to go. And actually, I'll add that it was also the thing that got Thomas Tuchel into some trouble at Dortmund, with some of his players believing that he was a little too pedantic with his tactical approach, overcomplicated things. I don't think that's been the case at PSG, although some might disagree with me.
Headed away by Korzova and gathered up here by Draxler. Sarabia, he was in for a collision and pulled out of it. Ten minutes left in this third of four periods. Choupo-Moting just caught offside. The flag comes up on the far side. Down nicely under pressure. Some rare bit of defending to be done here for Paris as Zimana sends it forward. That's intercepted by Korzova on the attack short circuits for the Belgian club. patience from Sarabia.
You also saw there how different PSG is in transition when Neymar and Mbappe are not on the pitch. Just seems a little bit slower. The only option was Kalimuendo, but doesn't quite have the pace of Mbappe. And Sarabia is a very good player, but certainly does not have the orchestrating skills of Neymar Jr.
He doesn't do it with the same style, but the substance is there from Sarabia. He was the co-leading assist man in La Liga last season, and now looking for a goal here. Sarabia struck straight at Gabriel. Finished with as many assists as Lionel Messi last season.
Yeah, that's incredible. Although nobody will reach Lionel Messi's tally this season, 20 of them. Remarkable. 23 goals and 20 assists is like a triple-double in the NBA, although much rarer.
It's a promising pass, but Dagba just picking it out.
But you made the point before that PSG's recruitment this summer much different this past summer.
Wendell squared across just behind Choupo-Moting and gathered up here by Vucevic.
No longer going after the superstars, getting players who were going to bolster the depth, the squad depth, and Sarabia one of them, and Gay the other. Gay becoming an automatic starter. Sarabia playing a lot of games, but not the first name on the team sheet. Either way, both of them ever so impactful to Thomas Tuchel's team.
Here's Mbesso. Herrera. Closed down by Beveren. Choupo-Moting. Lining with Dagba, and it's Dagba who's brought down by Vucevic. Montenegrin left back off of the infraction, and free kick coming up for Paris.
He's done pretty well since coming in on that left side for Foulon. More defensive-minded.
Foulon warming up moments ago, and they are allowed to re-enter the game in this friendly.
Well, he can't continue here. Moren. That's very frustrating. You get an opportunity to face off against PSG in about 10-15 minutes and then have to come off limping.
And it will be the reintroduction of Gerd Schrijvers, who was among the starters. So Dagba will be checking back in.
He was good defensively in the first half, but caught in possession far too many times, Schrijvers. Took too long to make up his mind where to send the ball.
Running toward the penalty, and with Angelitana. Keeper has to rise to meet this. He's fouled by Kalimuendo. It's Mbesso, the center back, who's challenging him in the air.
It's remarkable how big Mbesso is for a 19-year-old. French youth international.
Not the best distribution out of the back from Brent Gabriel as he puts the ball out to touch for Peristro. Inside the final 4 minutes of this third quarter. The wholesale changes by Paris, but early goals in the third of 4 quarters from Eric-Maxime Choupo-Moting, who just came in gangbusters into the game with 2 really elite strikes from the man who is going to be competing for minutes, scarce minutes in that front line. Likes of Icardi and Mbappe. Draxler. Squared back toward Courtois. He tried to dummy it. Herrera wasn't there. And advantage given here is there are numbers pouring for Waasland Beveren. Heymans. Koita. Done well to find Vucevic out wide. That's allowed transition of Paris to get back into the defensive shape.
Well, you saw how frustrated Shrievers is with that ball, but he never attacks that back post. That's actually a pretty good delivery from Vucevic on the left. And once again, you see that when Waasland Beveren commit players forward, especially in transition, they can cause PSG a little bit of trouble.
Choupo-Moting. Dagba. Flag stays down this time for Choupo-Moting. Here's Sarabia's that second wave. Courtois. Herrera. Nice feed from Paredes. Twisting his way through. And he's picked out Herrera on this near side. Chested down by Draxler, who's running out of real estate. And it will be a goal kick as the ball does go beyond the line.
Fleet of foot. That was a great piece of skill from the Argentine. Too heavy the touch from Draxler, who brings it down well, although he's bodied up by a defender.
Wonderful ball back to Julian Draxler now at the edge of the 18. Draxler onto his left. Deflected off of Bizamana. Paredes took it on the volley. Blocked by Jubitana. Jubitana dispossessed by Dagba. It's aggressive defending from the right back. Sarabia. Mbeso. And Sarabia thinking about a go. He has his shot. It's over the crossbar in the end.
He had a window to shoot a few minutes ago. Decided to open up the play to the left flank. He does not give up this opportunity to hit the ball hard.
Worth noting, before the Belgian league was called off back in March, around the same time as the French one, Waasland Beveren were on a streak of 7 consecutive losses. They were outscored 18-2 in those 7 matches, and that's why they were last on the league table, but only by a point. Paredes. Dagba making the run. Sarabia was trying to find the streaking right back. Well, beyond the 90th minute, 1 minute added on as final few seconds take off of this third quarter play. Total 120-minute match broken up into 4. Zeda's pass intercepted by Bizimana, and Bizimana fouled. So we'll stay with visiting side. And can they get a late goal here? Heymans. Vereth. He's out Vucevic out wide. Koita. Sean Barr will find Bizimana here. No real intent to attack here down the final seconds of that third quarter. And 3/4 of the way through, it is Paris 6, Waasland Beveren 0. An additional 2 goals by Choupo-Moting off the bench.